Previously, nomadic tribes also encountered bandits. Taking advantage of the men's absence, all valuable items in the house were looted by local bandits. A mess made the woman cry uncontrollably, due to Sam's sheep eating up all the nearby grass. As nomadic people, one must migrate and seek new grasslands and habitats. After crossing the Zagros Mountains, the family was exhausted, but I happened to see an abandoned cave. The spacious interior space is over 100 square meters, and it seems that someone once lived here. But for Sam, it still needs to be rebuilt to move in. After unloading the heavy burden on his journey, Manji, the eldest son, has started to rebuild the stone wall, and Sam took Manji to the grassland to eat grass and drink water. My wife also released dozens of chicks for some fresh air. At this moment, Sam began collecting wood. Simply trim the wood. Quickly piece together a round wooden-style small desk. After all, this synthetic offensive has already been mastered in my heart. When my wife brings the spring water from the mountain, the stone wall has been completed, only the door is not ready yet. But it's enough to block the mountain breeze. Let's deal with it tonight. The next morning, Sam's wife was collecting wood, but not afraid at all to cook the children by burning a fire. Sam and his big shot didn't slack off either. Clear the slope in front of entering the house out of the steps, and lay the surrounding gravel on top. This way, the stairs can be stable and safe. Even if you climb up and down the building for 100 years, it's not a problem. When my wife returns, the whole family will sit around the campfire. The first brief reunion after migration is comfortable and warm. The eldest son is worried about his dozens of little flying sheep. I had to go home and ask my dad for help. To protect the sheep, it is necessary to build a sheep pen. But my son's stone wall always starts to collapse on the third or fourth floor. With the guidance of Sam's decades-old master. Big stones as the foundation, small stones laid with cloth. A perfect curved stone wall was quickly formed. And the sheep no longer need to wander. Drive everyone into the sheep pen to give them a home too. Although there are also mischievous little lambs who have achieved officialdom and escaped from prison. However, milking sheep has become much more convenient, and these sheep's milk have been filtered for impurities, mixed with the specialty food of wheat flakes. It can make the whole family eat sweet and not greasy double-skinned goat milk. And the solid part of the precipitate can also be made into coconut milk cake. Sam's family really played with how to eat goat milk, but the little chicks at home don't have their own nest yet. My wife mixed the mud on the ground with the mountain spring water. Pinch out a small circular wall with bare hands. After waiting for the scorching sun to burn it home and form. After laying the tin wooden stick above, add another layer of plastic bag and courier bag. Mix with homemade fresh concrete. For the sake of aesthetics, fine stones are also embedded inside. This luxurious little sleepy nest has made the chicks so happy. However, the mixing of big and small sheep makes it impossible for them to eat. Only by diverting the lambs can they be locked up in a small sheep pen, and use the firewood collected in the morning as a home. At night, a bonfire is lit, and there are no lights. In just 2 days, the cave has been renovated. But the construction of this cave villa has just begun. I saw my own son flying in the air. It turns out that a nomadic family discovered an abandoned cave during their migration. It became a cave villa that could accommodate a family of 8 no. I had already repaired the stone wall and sheepfold a few days ago. Early this morning, my mother started collecting firewood. Prepare for cooking and heating a fire. But it's inevitable for the sake of life. I only harvested 2 bundles of dry wood in one morning, and father and son have already spent the whole morning together. Transform the vacant space at the entrance of the cave into a living room. At this point, my daughter had already started preparing for lunch. Grind stored wheat and flour. To be diligent, one must be a mother and daughter, still made purely by manually rotating the stone mill. Then add water to the fresh flour. Start making Chinese pastry men too. At the same time, the excess flour can be rolled into a pancake skin and baked into pancakes. This seemingly inconspicuous delicacy is only available for Chinese New Year in the local area. The family plans to demolish the stone wall at the entrance of the cave, strengthen ventilation while collecting materials, and Sam chisel grooves into the stone wall with an iron rod. Just add an extra cabinet to store teacups. On the other side, carve out your own name. He also sprayed paint to indicate that the owner of this property is Sem, while the daughter was wearing lamb skewers on the side. My mother is working on defatting sheep's milk. But make a tripod out of 3 pieces of wood, and hang a sheep belt filled with goat milk. Separate goat milk can solid fat through continuous shaking. You can harvest higher quality milk. The solid part can be made into a dessert called coconut milk cake after meals. This goat milk I said good after drinking it. Full of protein, whether it's working or eating, it's more energetic. And the excess material from demolishing the stone wall is laid on the stairs. Through Sam's tapping and combination, the shape of the stairs is becoming increasingly refined and clear. In order to obtain wild homemade cement, the eldest son threw mud and sand into layers of screens, mixed with mountain spring water after obtaining fine and soft sandy soil. Then some horse feed was mixed in. This high-quality cement is applied to the stone steps. The shaping of the stile is also embedded with crushed stones. This revolving entrance staircase costs 200,000 yuan in height, while waiting for drying and shaping under the scorching sun. We will also replicate the original stone wall in the same way. Create 3 platforms as 3-bedroom apartments. The terrace in front of the house only needs to be covered with a traditional carpet. You can have an open small bedroom of 10 square meters. In order to unify the decoration style, apply cement to the wooden wind desk on the right side as well. Now this cave villa has become increasingly luxurious, clear hierarchy, and complete functionality. It is definitely a rare mansion, nestled by mountains and waters. The family quickly slaughtered a sheep to keep in mind. Discussing the design of the upcoming mansion. But on that day when I returned home, I found that my home had been burglarized. All valuable items in the house were looted by local bandits. A mess made the woman cry uncontrollably. It seems that demolishing the fence is not correct. Sam blamed himself, started rebuilding the wall as soon as he got home. At the same time, we planned to build a gate to protect our families. The eldest son was also full of enthusiasm and started stirring the water, still using the original formula of grass mixed with mud. But it made the family more united. Even a shepherd's son dare not go far. And Sam is carefully laying layers of stones and cement, one by one. Leave the material collection to the sons. For the sake of family safety, clear division of labor is highly efficient. The waste tires picked up on the roadside happen to be used as window frames. Can increase the lighting of cave villas. After a night of roasting, the next day, the cave regained its former vitality. Sam and his son went out to collect food. The strong impact of this hammer. It's like warning the robbers not to come any closer. Sam carefully trimmed the stones to a square shape. The seemingly free nomadic life is also full of dangers. In order to keep an eye on the most precious flock of sheep, we must arrange a dog brother to be responsible for guarding the house. Build a stone wall on the hill opposite the cave. Not only can it give dog brother the best field of vision, the cool environment is also very comfortable. Also decorated with cement and gravel. Above, there is also fabric laid to prevent wind and rain. This makes dog brother really like it too. And the stone wall at home has also been built. Connect with wood above, and use it as a door frame. A simple scaffold was also built below. Make the cement coating on the top and the laying of the stone wall feel like a backhoe, even at the joints suitable for rocks. All the gravel blocks used for decoration. Only choose uniformly sized white tin transparent ones. Then the 2 stone walls will be replicated in the same way. The setting of windows can be described as the finishing touch. The exterior wall is smooth yet retains its original flavor. Exquisite and neat decoration can be regarded as top-level architectural aesthetics. But opening the door wide is still not secure enough. Sam nailed a thin branch between 2 pieces of wood. All materials have also undergone exploratory processing to make them more durable. Next, create a door frame at the doorstep. Drill damaged grooves up and down for easy installation. The door is just inserted into the groove to achieve rotation. The trapezoidal structure is elegant and practical. Wooden strips have also been added to the windows to prevent external intrusion. The cave villa finally has a sense of security. For a more comfortable living environment, lay fine sand on top of hard stones. Adding the ancestral carpet makes it soft and convenient, simultaneously possessing extremely high security. No need to worry about robbers and thieves anymore. A large amount of daily necessities also need to be purchased again. Only a few dozen dependent goats can be sold to the market. The acquisition price has also been repeatedly suppressed by the boss, but he still spent a lot of money buying new clothes and shoes for my family, just to help them overcome their grief as soon as possible. The family had ice cream for the first time. After experiencing a fantastic urban journey, I started returning home. But who would have thought that upon returning home, it would discover an astonishing scene. When the cave, which had not been built for long, was attacked again by the local bandit clan. The proud stone wall was trampled to pieces. The fragile doorstep was kicked out with just one kick. A family that has lost everything and is in pain. Fortunately, all the tools of daily life are still available. The whole family is still neat and tidy. The goods exchanged from the market can last for a period of time. They decided to stick together at home and never leave again, and start rebuilding cave villas. Sam stacked the food at his doorstep. Cut off all the remaining sheep in the family, and then scatter the wool like cotton. Fill wool with newly purchased fabric from the market. I sewed a new pillow with my old mother's skillful hands. Just when the whole family thought they were going to live the good days of the past, the whole mountain forest began to shake, and an earthquake occurred. A large number of rocks rolled down from the mountaintop. Although the whole family is very safe, but the precious sheep at home are not so lucky. Several sheep were hit by falling rocks and found it difficult to stand, adding insult to injury to an already impoverished family. Some glass and porcelain tragedies upon returning home. This nomadic family can no longer sustain themselves. They decided to let all men go out to work. The women bid farewell to Sam and her sons one by one, after deciding to save enough money and exchange it for daily necessities. Come back here and reunite with your family again. Mounted bandits still frequently visit here. Several women are often injured at home as a result. Sam just returned home. A nomadic family was forced to drive away their flocks of sheep, start searching for a new place to live.